Hey movie fans, thanks for checking out The Movie Chick. I'm Chrisley Kennedy and I'm super excited because you guys helped me get to well over 500 subscribers in just 3 days. You guys have been asking for my opinions on movies and I listened and figured, hey, why not start a YouTube channel? So we're gonna start the first video with the questions that you guys sent me today. There were so many good questions that I pulled out 6 instead of 5. So because you guys rock, I got a bonus question. So we're gonna start off with the first question, which is from Greg, who says, hey Chrisley, I would like to know what movie as a kid turned you into an all-on movie fan? Thanks. Well, Greg, thanks for subscribing. I'm gonna say that the first movie that I probably ever saw in the theaters was E.T., classic, right? And the second movie I can remember seeing in the theaters, this is going way back now, I'm gonna show my age, is Harry and the Hendersons. Do you guys remember that? It was one of my favorite movies. I loved Harry. I grew up just really enjoying movies. It was kind of my escape as what to do when I was sad or when I wanted to be inspired. I would just watch a movie. And honestly, I've always loved them, but I didn't fully appreciate them until I moved to LA and worked on my first movie. And I was a producer's assistant, and seeing the set every day and how many people it took to put on this massive production. And our film was in theaters for a couple weeks, but it was amazing to see writers and production designers and producers, and just to see everyone show up every day on set, and to see how many different times a scene was shot and how many different ways it's edited for it to come together to make just a 3-minute piece in a movie, never mind a 2-hour piece. And that's when I really fully appreciated film and the people that work behind it. So I think that's where my passion really started. I've always really loved them, but it wasn't until I worked on set and got to see these people who put their lives into this every day that we never see. You know, we see the finished product with the actors and this beautiful picture and this wonderful story, sometimes not so wonderful, but to know that hundreds of people every day show up for months on end to make it a finished product is what made me really passionate about it. And I just think it's really fun. I mean, you can go to a movie and it makes you feel. You can laugh, you can cry and get scared, which is why I don't see horror movies, but it's just an amazing thing that all these people get together and we get this great finished product and we get to have fun and escape from our lives into whatever world we delve into. So thanks, Greg, for the question, and thanks for subscribing. Our second question is, and I'm going to butcher this, is Abhishek Kumar, who writes, do you think WB DC should bring Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern in the DC universe they're building? This will be very ballsy, and Ryan Reynolds was a great SGL and his origin story has already been established. Love you on AMC. Keep up the good work. Well, thanks for the question. Do I think they're gonna bring Ryan Reynolds in? No. Sadly, I don't think they are. But honestly, I really liked Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern. Yeah, the movie had its problems. Yeah, not a lot of people liked it. Not a lot of people saw it. It kind of threw WB back because they had all these plans of, you know, a Man of Steel and a Wonder Woman and all these great movies to come out. And because that didn't do well, it kind of put a wrench in all their plans. So do I think that they'll bring Ryan Reynolds in? No. Would I like them to? Yes. I thoroughly enjoyed Green Lantern. I thought it was a really fun movie. I thought, yeah, it had problems just like everything else did. I mean, I was a fan of Daredevil, so maybe you don't want to know if I like this one or not, but I did. I liked Green Lantern, and I really like Ryan Reynolds. I think he's a lot of fun. I think that he's a little underrated, and I really liked him as a superhero. I thought he brought something likable to Green Lantern. And full disclosure, I haven't read the comic books, so I can't, you know, talk about all the different John Stewarts there were, but I can say that I thought Ryan Reynolds did a stand-up job as Green Lantern, and I thought the movie was really fun, and I know it didn't do well, and it's really sad, and I think it's sad that we won't see him. I think that if Green Lantern comes into the new WB DC universe, we're definitely going to see a different actor portray him. The third question coming in is from Stetson, who says, yay, Chrisley has her own channel. Thanks, Stetson. LOL, my question is, what actor and actress do you love so much that if you see them cast in a role, no matter what the movie or role it is, it makes you want to see it? Mine are Tom Cruise and Mia Wasikowska. I'd watch those two in anything. Thanks. Well, thank you, Stetson. I think it depends. So with actresses, I'm gonna go with Angelina Jolie as my first, because I know that me and the schmoes know guys don't agree on this, but I think she's a great actress and I've liked a lot of her films. I think that she brings a likability to a character that can otherwise be seen as evil or villainous or crazy, which is most of the roles she takes on. But I think she's just really talented, and God, she's beautiful. Like, how can you not want to look at her? I also think that Cate Blanchett is an actress that I will see her in anything. Blue Jasmine was not a movie that I thought I would have liked or actually wanted to go see, but going to see the film, she was outstanding. She's been in some bad movies too, but she's one of those actresses that I can see in anything. Newer actress, we're gonna go Jennifer Lawrence and Shailene Woodley. They're two powerhouses. I mean, Jennifer Lawrence has shown such, I'm in awe of her. Like, I go to The Hunger Games, and then you go to Silver Linings Playbook. I mean, she's showing her diversity. She's young. She's only going to get better with age, and I just think she's really fun to watch. Shailene Woodley is another actress that, because I've now interviewed her, I adore. She's just this really cool chick who doesn't take life too seriously. If you haven't seen The Fault in Our Stars yet, check it out, because she is brilliant in it. She was great in Divergent. She's just kind of a force to be reckoned with in Hollywood right now. And I love seeing these young women that are super strong in who they are succeed in this business, because it's a really cutthroat business. All right, let's go to the actors. We're gonna go with Kevin Costner for my first one. I will see anything that he's in. I joked with him the last time I interviewed him for 3 Days to Kill and said, every time I see you, I want to play baseball. He's just one of those actors that I've grown up watching. I've loved him in everything from Field of Dreams to, I liked 3 Days to Kill. I know the rest of the world didn't, but I really liked it. He's one of those actors that is also super diverse, super handsome, really talented, totally underrated. One of those guys that you just, I will buy a ticket if he's in it. Matthew McConaughey is another actor that I will buy a ticket if he's in it. And I mean, look, this year's the first year that he's really gotten any recognition with Mud and with the Dallas Buyers Club, two amazing and brilliant small films that weren't totally mainstream. A lot of people hadn't seen either one of them, and yet he continues to show up and be amazing. I mean, same guy from all those romantic comedies that I love, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I mean, he's great. He's just a really fun person to watch. Jared Leto is also someone that I will see anything that he's in. Go to some other actors like Johnny Depp. I'm a big fan of Johnny Depp, and I know we talk about this all the time on AMC, but I really like his quirky, fun roles, and those are the roles that I want to sign up to see. So I think those are going to be my male actors. All right, let's get to the next question, which is from Jesus, who tells me it's pronounced like it is in the Bible, so not Jesus, Jesus. He says, hey, Chrisley, when we get a Wonder Woman standalone film, what kind of story would you like to see? I think jumping straight into a story with maybe some origin flashbacks would be cool. Maybe one where she has to deal with a threat on Themyscira. Thanks for answering. Sincerely, Jesus. Well, Jesus, thanks for subscribing. You clearly know the way to my heart. You know I'm a huge Wonder Woman fan. I also like that you stated the question when we get a Wonder Woman film, because I really believe that we're going to. Maybe it's just my heart, but I really want a Wonder Woman film. And I agree. I don't think we start with an origin story for Wonder Woman. I think that we go straight into some action story. I think hopefully they will go with the success of Man of Steel, of Thor. When you're mixing these other worlds with present day in Earth, and you're seeing kind of the contrast between the two and the struggle within the character. I think Wonder Woman is such a strong female character. We have so many comic books, movies popping up, and they're all these men, and we have some strong female characters. We have, you know, Sif from Thor, and all. There's just not a Wonder Woman, and we need a Wonder Woman. I mean, Wonder Woman's kind of my icon. I want to be her when I grow up, but she's just a force to be reckoned with. I'm a little nervous about Man of Steel 2, or Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice, that's the title. I'm nervous because, you know, they're popping her in there, and we already know that it's going to be, you know, Batman versus Superman. We know that there's going to be this struggle. So where does Wonder Woman kind of fit in? Are they throwing her in just to introduce her? Is she getting a big part in the film? We don't really know, and that really scares me. So when I think about Wonder Woman, I think about a standalone film. I think doing an origin story would kind of be really fun to see for those of us who love Wonder Woman, but when I think of mass audiences, I don't know that an origin story would be the best way to go. I think if you're going to do a Wonder Woman film, you're going to jump in, there's going to be some action, and there's going to be some struggle between her world and our world, because I think that's what brings out some of the best stories in comic books. All right, our fifth question comes from Gary Thursby. What is your favorite comfort movie? One that you can watch again and again. Gary, I'm going to tell you how tough this question is to answer for me, because I have such a vast array of movies that I love and go back to all the time, and it completely depends on what kind of mood you're in. For instance, yesterday there was an Indiana Jones marathon on USA. Would I have watched Indiana Jones all day if it wasn't on? Probably not. Did I have so much fun revisiting those movies? Absolutely. To see Harrison Ford in his prime, going around with monkeys and bugs, and it was just such a fun day of Indiana Jones. So I'm gonna start with the ones that are gonna make me cry when I'm feeling a little emotional and I wanna get a good cry out. I'm gonna go with the sappy girl chick flicks of Notting Hill, Love Actually, The Backup Plan, I'm a big fan of, Gia, one of those movies by Angelina Jolie, made for TV, not necessarily went to the theaters, but it was such a great film and it was done so well, and I think it's a really inspiring story. When I want to be inspired and when I want to feel really good about life, I'm going to go with The Blind Side, For Love of the Game, any of those kind of sports. Million Dollar Arm is a new one that's just one of those movies that's super inspiring and really fun to watch that I find comfort in. Disney's The Kid. If you guys haven't seen that, check that out. It's an old movie. It is so phenomenal. I can watch it over and over and over again, and it's still so much fun every time I watch it. I still laugh at the beginning and cry at the end. It's such a great movie. The newer movies that I find comfort in, Hunger Games. Absolutely. Those movies are so much fun to watch. Avengers, you have to throw a comic book movie in there, right? I can watch Avengers and Thor over and over and over again, and they never get old. My newest comfort movie, which if you haven't seen, guys, you can find it online, it's on demand, the Veronica Mars movie. I was a huge fan of the TV series, didn't watch it until last year, by the way. Until the movie came out, I really had never seen the series. There was something about it that I was just like, don't want to watch it. But then got sucked in, watched all 3 seasons in like a month, totally binge watched, and that movie has become such a comfort for me, possibly because I watched it during a really rough time. But Veronica Mars movie, definitely one of my comfort movies. And you gotta go with the old ones, the E.T.s, Harry and the Hendersons. I talked about that in the first question. Those old movies are just some of my favorites. Audrey Hepburn, My Fair Lady, are you kidding me? Breakfast at Tiffany's. I will have literally Audrey Hepburn days where I'll just watch all Audrey Hepburn movies because they're so much fun. I find comfort in a lot of movies, so it depends on the day, it depends on the mood, it depends on if I want to watch Pretty Woman or if I want to watch Devil Wears Prada. I have a lot of comfort movies. So thanks for the question, because that was a really tough one to ask. And I added a 6th question because there were so many good ones that I couldn't really decide. And I think that what I'm going to do is every time I hit 500 new subscribers, I'm going to do 5 more questions because this is really fun. So my last question comes from good old Lowell Reynolds, who I had the pleasure of meeting at last year's Comic-Con. And Lowell, thanks for subscribing and supporting as always. All right, his question is, a couple of weeks ago, my family, my friend and I saw Maleficent and loved it. My favorite aspect from the movie was Angelina Jolie's performance. Maleficent was always one of my favorite Disney villains, and I believe that Jolie absolutely crushed it. And it seems like everyone else agrees with me. Even the critics who had problems with the movie praised Jolie's performance. So my question is, do you think it's possible for Angelina Jolie could get nominated for an Oscar this year? Remember that Johnny Depp got nominated for his portrayal as Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl. Lowell, thank you for the question. I also saw Maleficent this weekend. Don't worry, there'll be a full review. Try not to spoil too much, coming soon in the videos. But here's the thing. Angelina Jolie was born for this role. I, like you, am a huge fan of Maleficent. She was one of my favorite Disney villains. It was one of the first Disney movies I can remember seeing. If you don't know Sleeping Beauty, you're living under a rock. Wake up, go watch it, and then go see Maleficent, because this movie was amazing. And Angelina Jolie, you're right, her performance was outstanding. She made the film single-handedly. She was so much fun to watch. She totally became that character. And you know, it's so early in the year, it's really tough to talk Oscars right now for me. Do I think that her performance is Oscar worthy? Absolutely. I think that the role that she took on was amazing. She became Maleficent. She gave also one of the biggest Disney villains this likability and love that my heart hurt watching her. But she crushed it, and I totally agree with you. I don't know that she'll get an Oscar nomination. Totally depends on where, you know, the guy, when they think about it, where they're going, what they want, what they're looking for. And it's really early in the year for films. There's been a lot of great female performances, and I love seeing her in a strong role, especially a villain, because she's so great at them. But I'm not sure that she's gonna get an Oscar nomination just yet. Talk to me at the end of the year though, because I will not forget her performance, and I know that you won't either. So there's my questions. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to the Movie Chick and supporting my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button. And then if you want to tell me how much you love my videos, click the thumbs up button, and also leave me comments. Tell me what you think. What are your comfort movies? What did you think of Maleficent? Do you think Angelina Jolie will get an Oscar nomination? And why do you like movies so much? I want to hear your thoughts. Continue to send me questions at themoviechick with 2 Ks at gmail.com. And thanks for tuning in. See you guys in the next video.